Welcome to episode 56 of the Mile 20 podcast, where epic shit happens. My name is Lori, and I'm here with my bestie,
Laura.
And we are here on the day that we ran the Myrtle Beach Marathon, recapping it fresh
In our hotel.
in our hotel. We just got done running not so long ago. We have showered.
Yes, we have showered because that was much needed for
Yeah.
both of us.
It was kind of hot today.
It was very hot. It was 77 degrees when we finished that freaking race.
Yeah. So when you're running, you add the plus 20, that actually feels like 97.
97 degrees.
Yeah, when
And
you're
it
running.
pretty much felt like 97 degrees at certain points during the race, but we'll talk about that.
If you're joining us on YouTube, you can see my fresh sunburn on my cheeks. Looking great.
Yes, I'm gonna scold you because you should have put more sunscreen on.
I put on my 30
I know.
SPF, and then I put on another like 50 little baby stick before I left.
Yeah, the sweat, it happens if you don't reapply during a race.
Yeah.
I did not get burnt at all, so my dermatologist will be very happy with me.
Yes. That's very good.
Yes.
I'm going back in a couple weeks, but that's besides the point.
Yes.
So if you're joining us for the first time, because sometimes we do pick up some new listeners on our race days.
Because we were touting the podcast today during the run a little bit. People were asking about our shirts, and we were explaining what our podcast was about, and people were very interested. So we'll see.
So if we have anybody listening for the first time, we are two best friends that have run all 50 states, and we review our excursions on these weekends. So we not only do we review the race, we also review our travel experiences.
Where to eat, where to drink, what to do, that type of stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're right on top of it.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Normally we also have an Epic Week update, but
that's this weekend. So we're going to skip that today. And then we have a Mile 20 beverage.
Yes.
So usually in past episodes, we partook in various cocktails and so forth. Some of our episodes are kind of entertaining because we partook a little bit more, indulged a little bit more.
Yes.
But today, Laura, you have a very special beverage
It's
today.
been my friend all weekend.
Yes, it has.
Yes. This week, I am giving my Mile 20 beverage over to Grand Strand Brewing Company, which is a local brewery in Myrtle Beach. I've been drinking Airbrush Hazy IPA
all weekend,
and it is so delicious.
And it smells really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to smell it last
been...
night. I'm like, yeah. After Lori pours her IPA, because I can't drink regular beer because of my celiac, I always inhale her beer once it's poured.
It's kind of weird.
It's our weird thing, but it's my, like, I have a smelling beer fetish because I used to love beer before I found out I had celiac, and now I can't drink it, but I live vicariously through you.
Yes.
Yes. And then my beverage today is water, because my buddy here went downstairs to go get herself a beer. She was supposed to bring me back a club soda.
I forgot. I forgot. I did offer to go back down and get one though, and she did push me off.
She did. I was like, don't bother going all the way downstairs. I'll cheers to you with the water.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Great water. Myrtle Beach, actually, you can drink the water right out of the faucet. So
it's not like Philly where it tastes like fucking
Philly
a pool.
or Florida.
So gross.
Yeah, that's really, really gross. The other reason why I am drinking water is because I am doing a program called Be Balanced that I am proud to say I have stayed on all weekend. I have not indulged in any alcohol this weekend. It's been very difficult.
I'm very proud of you.
I almost broke at lunchtime today after we finished the race.
I said, don't break.
And I'm like, but we're chilling out. Like, man, a nice glass of cold white wine. And she's like, don't do it. And I didn't. So we got up from the table. We left the bar.
And I've kind of switched to beer this weekend because I know you can't drink it, and I know you won't.
Yeah, I don't have a desire but when we were sitting chilling earlier, I was like, it just, I just equate it with that. So anyway,
I know.
I did good. Yeah.
So should we dive into our weekend?
Let's dive into the Myrtle Beach Marathon weekend.
Yes.
That we are still experiencing right now.
We are.
Yes.
So it's been fun. I waited way too late.
Too late. You were stressing me out, girl.
To book my flight. And
because we only signed up for this race maybe like 4 weeks ago,
maybe
if that. I think a month is generous, but
maybe,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was ample time to book a flight, but I compartmentalize everything I do.
And I was like, Lori, did you book your flight yet? And I didn't get obnoxious going, did you book your flight? Did you book your flight? But I was like, okay. So I did the passive aggressive. Hey, so by the way,
Here's my flight.
I'm getting in on Friday at this time.
Yes.
So like what like, what like are you gonna be there to pick me up? Like what's the deal?
Yeah. So through all my shit, I wound up flying out of Wilmington, Delaware, which is my first time flying on this discount airline Avelo, and it was good. We arrived safely. So that's good. That's good news.
But it's no frills for anybody in the Philly area, right? It's no
Oh yeah.
frills. I've never done it, but you said it's very no frills.
So I liked Wilmington. The parking is well over 50% of the price of parking at the Philadelphia airport.
Over under. It's under
Wait,
50.
under 50.
It's cheaper. It's
It's
half
way
the price.
cheaper.
It's half the price.
It's
Yeah.
way over. It's like beyond half the
Yes.
price.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that, but it is no frills. And like sometimes when we travel, like we're at the Admirals Club and we do all that before we actually fly out. And yeah, there's none of that. There's no
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, no snacks, no water. But I got down here super cheap, and between the discount and the flight, the hotel, the extra day on the car, I was still saving money than trying to fly out American.
Which is crazy.
It
So
is crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I got down here. I stayed one night at the Homewood Suites, which was
Right on the water.
yeah, right on the water.
Right in Myrtle
Had
Beach.
had a beautiful view of the ocean, and we used a little bit of points. It was not that expensive, and it was a beautiful night. They did a great job. And then I went to dinner at Crooked Hammock, which is a
It's actually a chain.
chain brewery, and
Yeah, because there for those in the I would call it like the Philadelphia, Delaware, Jersey area.
tri-state.
Tri-state area. There's actually a Crooked Hammock that's located in Middletown, Delaware, that my husband loves.
I get it.
I mean, they had a great selection of beer and so forth, and
Food
that's where,
season.
yeah, and it's. I mean, it's like I would call it like more like higher end bar food.
Yeah, I would agree with
Yeah.
that. It is in North Myrtle Beach here, so it was a bit of a hike, but it was worth it
Good.
for the evening. And then I picked you up.
Yeah, you picked me up on Friday, so I flew in on American straight to Myrtle Beach. We both flew into Myrtle Beach.
Direct,
Which
which
is
is
very,
nice.
very convenient because if you fly into Charleston coming to Myrtle Beach, it's almost a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
And Wilmington is about the same. So maybe a little shorter. So it totally is worth like just the quick in and out in Myrtle Beach Airport. I flew in on American and you picked me up and my stuff was like really uneventful, like flying. So
And we went to pick up the packet pickup, which I would say was really nice. It's at a place called The Hangout, which is at Broadway on the boardwalk.
yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Which has rides at Ripley's, believe it or not.
A lot of restaurants like a Margaritaville, but it's funny because it says like boardwalk on the water, but it's not on the water. It's like
It's not on the ocean.
It's not on the ocean. They have
like
some
a faux thing.
Yeah, they have man-made lakes or ponds and so forth in there with fountains. But
a little Disney-esque, if I was to say something.
yes, I totally agree.
Yeah,
totally agree. But yeah, now they had the packet pickup, and Lori picked me up. She's like, "Did you realize we were supposed to sign up for like a time for our packet pickup?" And I'm like, "Nope, missed that." So we were like, "Well, we're just gonna go down and see." We didn't even. I think I waited longer than you because I had one person in front of me, two people.
Because your last name starts with L.
Yes, and there's a lot of L's.
Not a lot of F.
Yes. Yeah, you went right up and got your bib.
Yeah, it was very, very
Now,
easy.
the one thing that I would critique about the bib pickup is that they did not ask for my ID at all. They asked me for my name. I said it's Laura Lee, and they just handed me my bib.
Yeah.
So there was no like, can I see an ID? Make sure that this is you. So I'm like, I think that's really unusual. Like
it is.
Even when we did Jekyll Island, and that was a very small race, they asked for ID during that race.
Yes.
So no, I'm glad nobody picked up our bibs on us.
That's true.
So
very true. Now the bib size, freaking amazing.
Awesome. Very tiny.
Tiny bibs. It was
minimal.
It was all you needed. The size of the bibs were perfect.
Agreed. And they had the half marathon and the marathon start on the same day, but the colors of the bibs were two different colors. So I think we were like a blue color, and then the half marathon was kind of like a light peach color.
Yes.
Yeah. So that way you could kind of differentiate, like as we were running the first 13 miles of the
Yeah,
race,
you could tell
who
where you
like, okay,
were.
like where we were, in terms of other marathoners.
Yeah, when this thing splits off, we're
Like,
gonna
are
be
we going to be by ourselves? Totally.
yeah,
And we
we
weren't.
weren't.
We were not.
No,
We
not
were
at
not.
all.
Not at all. During the entire race, we were not.
No, it's nice.
Yes.
It was kind of nice because they didn't do any frivolous shit with the packet pickup. So like there wasn't a bag with a bunch of food that I'm not going to eat or flyers and coupons I'm not going to use. So it was literally you picked up your bib, you picked up your shirt, and if you wanted to do a little bit of extra shopping, they had that there, but it was very minimalistic as far as at that point what you got.
It totally was. And so I did go and do a little shopping after we got our race shirts, and we'll talk about our race shirts because like I guess it's the participant shirts.
Yes,
I because I really like them a lot. We're
I
wearing
do
them right
too.
now, but we'll talk about those at the end of the episode. I I forgot to bring down an extra set of running gear for because Lori and I are running a mile a day as part of a challenge. We're streaking the entire year.
Can't wait to run tomorrow.
And yes, and I completely forgot to pack an extra set of running gear. So I'm like, look, I can wear the t-shirt I'm wearing because I'm not going to wear that to dinner tonight, but I definitely need to get a pair of shorts because it's warm down here. So Lori and I have been noticing at expos these like chicken legs shorts.
And a lot of people wearing them on these distance runs,
Yes.
which made me very curious because I'm like, that is not the typical short that I would
It's a
choose for a
split. It's
distance.
a split short. It has a built-in like panty,
Yeah.
it like a brief on the inside of it, and then it's got a very high slit on the side, and and like part of the fabric overlaps, but it is a very very high slit on the side. Did I mention that?
So how did you feel running in those shorts for our 1 mile?
Well,
Because that's all you did.
yeah, they were comfortable on. I'm thinking because the waistband is almost like the old school Nike waistbands.
Yeah.
It's like it's elastic, but it's not gathered elastic. It's like a hard elastic. I imagine that when I'm probably maybe like 5 or 10 pounds lighter, like that will be a little bit more comfortable. So that felt like it was digging in a little bit. I did get a size medium. I felt like it fit me fine, like in the ass and the
I
legs.
would agree with that from observing.
Yeah, but that's not my jam. I felt like I had so much air coming up into my ass. Like I wear
It
compression
was, it
I
was,
wear compression shorts during races, and I
yeah.
just I just felt like I had so much air, and I felt like my ass was like hanging out of them. But you kept saying I can't see your ass cheeks, but
Yeah.
I'm like, but I felt air.
Yeah, well, it was breezy out, but your ass cheeks were not out. But you were probably feeling the breeze because we were doing a coastal run.
I think where I was the most self-conscious is when we came back on the main road and there was like I don't know if it was some college baseball team and there were like I don't know 40 plus
Getting off
like
of a
young
bus.
young college kids and we're running by and I'm like oh God my freaking granny ass is like hanging out of these shorts and you kept saying I can't see your ass I can't see your
It's
ass.
fine, I promise.
Oh, so those might just be like, shorts that I wear like on the boat. I don't think that you will probably ever see me wearing those again running, but I tried them. I
Maybe
tried
a
them.
short run though, like in the summer, just for like a
Maybe,
3 or 4 miler.
I'll pay homage and maybe when I lose those 5 or 10 pounds, not if, when I lose the 5 or 10 pounds, maybe I will don them again and see if my experience is a little different because I think I struggled with like still having a little bit of a belly and where the elastic hit on my tummy and it kept like I felt like it kept riding up.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't
kept
like
moving.
a nice Lululemon generous thick waistband where it
It stays put.
yeah,
No, it's thinner. It's maybe
yeah,
like an inch and a half,
yeah.
thick,
It's
but
more
it
like a Nike Pro.
yes, it's totally like a Nike Pro.
Yeah,
So but we got in our mile
we did.
yesterday.
And it was pretty because we ran, along where you could see the beach in front of all the hotels and stuff for a
Absolutely.
little bit
Yes.
until
Yeah.
we had to whip around on the main road.
Yeah, because like Myrtle Beach, unlike other beaches, they don't have along the beach line a continuous, like on the entire shoreline, like a path. Like because I'm just thinking of like Cape May.
They do have one that runs kind of about, I would say maybe 2 miles. Um,
But it's a little
that's
south of us.
Yeah, it's a little south of where we're staying now. I was able to access that from the Homewood Suites
Yes.
and get a little bit of a run in along that path, but it was not, I would say, very long. No.
Yeah, so if you are vacationing here or if you do come here for the Myrtle Beach Marathon in the future, just it's just something to think about that if you're trying to get in your runs and so forth, you might end up going and doing it one, find the 2 mile trail that Lori just talked about, again, down by Homewood Suites, or you're going to be running on the main roads here. So
Yeah,
that was it's all good.
but it was pretty.
Yeah. Now, where'd we go to dinner last night? You found a cool spot last night for us.
We went to Gulfstream Cafe.
Cafe. Yes.
I Googled because there was a really nice sunset on Thursday night, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder where there is a place to catch the sunset here," and found Gulfstream Cafe in Murrells Inlet.
Yes.
So it's about 30 minutes south of Myrtle Beach proper.
Myrtle Beach. Myrtle
That
Beach.
hazy IPA is hitting. Murrells Inlet.
Yes.
But I feel like it was worth the drive. It's
It
kind of
totally
an
was.
old school, fishy place,
Yeah.
seafood place.
Yeah. It totally was a, well,
Fishy.
yeah, it was not fishy.
Fishy.
And
They
this,
served fish.
yes, they serve fish. It was definitely an old school seafood place that is next to a marina. And I think it's called the something
Okay.
Quay Marina.
Yeah.
And totally worth it. The place had like that like old school seafood restaurant charm, and the staff was absolutely wonderful. The
They,
hostesses were wonderful.
oh
Like
my gosh. I
they
would say A plus plus for service.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Like even at some point in time, because of where we sat, they had windows that you could see the sunset, but they had shades on them. You could see through the shades, but not well. And you would ask the staff if they could raise them, and they raised all the blinds for us, which
Yeah.
was super nice.
They had a really cool deck on the second floor too, where you could sit outside and it had a beautiful
Lori
view.
wanted to sit outside, and I was like, "Hell's to the no!" I was chilly last night.
It was
It's beautiful.
it was a very cold 68 degrees.
I was chilly, and I think it was because our air conditioner was down to 64 degrees here
Because we're
in our
getting
room
old as
because we have
fuck.
menopause. Um, but I kept on my jacket, and I knew you wanted to eat outside, but I
I
was
did.
like I really want to eat inside, so we eat
I know.
inside.
We ate inside.
So, but today's much warmer, so we'll see what today brings.
Yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Now, what did you have at the Gulfstream Cafe?
I got the seafood platter with frozen fried shrimp.
It was not frozen.
It's not frozen, I assure you. Fried shrimp, fried flounder. I got some hush puppies and then a loaded baked potato
Oh, that baked
because
potato looked like the bomb, girl.
if I could have, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was good stuff. It was fully loaded.
And because the program that I am on, it really follows more of like a keto diet. And the reason why I'm kind of explaining my diet is because I'll explain like how I felt during the race today. Because I work like more like in a calorie deficit right now and like during the week. But yesterday I had like a burger for lunch. Oh, because we went to, where did we go to lunch yesterday?
Oh, wicked tuna.
The Wicked Tuna. Wicked Tuna was it was great. It was done by one of the peers.
We're coming from Philadelphia, so we've had a harsh ass winter. So coming down to Myrtle Beach where it's been 70 degrees and sunny, I was like, yes, I want to be on the water and yes, I want to be like feel
Open
the
air.
open air.
Yes, yes.
And so it was a perfect location for lunch.
Yes, and I ended up having a burger without like bun and like some side accoutrements and some vegetables, and then for dinner I had a steak again with vegetables and some shrimp. And I tell you what, I did not feel like I had enough gas in the tank today.
But that's
You know.
also your body is adjusting.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you've not
I mean,
done
I
any
ate
long
a big
runs.
fucking steak last night.
Yes.
I had a 14-ounce freaking strip steak last night.
Yeah.
Hello.
It was meaty.
Yeah, no, it was meaty, and it's still, I think the carbs, when you eat those in the morning before the race, that definitely helps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
agree.
Now we were in bed last night by 8 o'clock.
I probably read until 9:30 though, Chica, I'll tell you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I took my progesterone.
Well, I did too, but I pushed through it. I'm like, I want to
I
read.
was like, nope, I'm going to sleep, girl. So yeah, we're both doing hormone replacement, which is awesome. And like now we're both sleeping. So
It
which is
is awesome.
fabulous.
If you are menopausal, don't hesitate. Go take care of yourself.
Yeah.
It is a game changer. I'm
Is a
like,
game changer.
I'm sleeping, my brain fog is gone,
Yeah,
mostly.
mostly.
And yeah, it's way better.
Yeah. I like
Although
I
I
was
am getting boobs on this estrogen, which
yeah, I
I
know.
already had.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
I did need more boob.
like I was getting probably about 3 hours of consecutive sleep, and then I'd have to work, like that next day, and like that was just it was wretched,
Yeah,
absolutely wretched. So I feel like a human again, which is fabulous.
it is fabulous.
Yes. So,
Ooh,
oh yes.
Myrtle Beach, crazy early start. Like
Oh, crazy early start.
6:30 a.m.,
6:30 a.m.
which considering
That it was
the
really hot today.
the weather, it's kind of nice to be beating the sun for a little bit before the start and having to worry about that. But we had a bonus feature that was helping us out. You did all the reading on it. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so
There's a weird
it's a
phenomenon.
weird phenomena, and it is in specifically Myrtle Beach. If you go south of Myrtle Beach, if you go north of Myrtle Beach,
Gone.
gone. But it is this fog that was very, very dense yesterday. It was lasted all day long. We're like, what is up with this fog? And as soon as you went out of the
Like
Myrtle Beach
literally
area,
the Merle's Inlet,
there's no
gone.
fog, right?
Yeah.
And then we came back last night, fog. We're like, this is really bizarre. And then this morning we had fog for I would say like probably a good like almost half of the race. Like it definitely started burning off by the time we hit
The
like
halfway
11,
point.
11,
Yeah.
12 miles. So we had it for a good portion of the first part of the race. But what the phenomenon is that because of the water in Myrtle Beach, it's very shallow. But the water it's cold. And because it was so warm out, they had unseasonably warm days the past couple of days. When the warm air meets the cold water, it creates a fog vapor. And it is really stays specifically in the Myrtle Beach area
Yeah.
because of how, like it's just more shallow waters. Now you think, well, geez, shallow water that heats up like fast, right? Because we were talking about
Yeah.
all these
Like
places where like
that
this doesn't
doesn't
make
make
sense.
sense.
So I had to
No.
Google it again. And so what we found out is that as the tides come in and out, the cold water where it's deeper outside of Myrtle Beach, that will go and mix in with the shallow water. The trade winds, when those come in, the Gulf Stream the winds, that will go and blend the water. Yeah, so I
And
mean,
also there's some rivers that dump
and
out.
rivers that will dump out into it as well, which will create colder water. So even though again, it's shallow water, it's created this kind of like fog phenomenon, and it was really thick. I mean, I took a picture of it. If you go out on our Instagram page, later on this week when we post the podcast, you could actually see like people running, and then it looked like a wall of fog.
Yeah.
It looked like from a movie.
It was wild.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's cool learning about that because I had no idea
It
about
is.
that
We were like,
phenomenon.
it's got to be science, man. I was like,
Yeah,
yep.
there's a reason.
ChatGPT, man. I just like freaking researched the hell out of that.
Yeah. So if you know anything about us, I'm always like, I wonder why. And then
I'm like,
Laura's like, let me tell you why.
yes, yes. We're always inquisitive about things. And I think that's the cool part about traveling
Yes,
too, is that we
learning.
learn all these new things about the fog veil that comes over Myrtle Beach. And now you know.
Now you know.
Yes.
The
6:30 a.m. start.
6:30.
So what time did we wake up at?
4:30.
With like I think you hit your snooze 3 times.
I know. I was 4:30,
Were you-
4:35, 4:40, and 4:45. It's
All right.
always the same.
I did get up before you did.
You did. But that's typical. Like
It
this
is.
is our routine.
It
This
is.
is what we do. Because you go in and you're quick and I'm a little
And then I'm already
like,
dressed.
yeah. And I sit and I'm in my pajamas and I eat my breakfast. I'm a slow roll.
It's okay.
And you're like, if a fire hit this hotel, I'm ready to go.
That's right. That's absolutely
At
right.
any moment.
At any moment.
Yes. But what I found interesting is that from the Spring Hill Suites here,
Yeah,
you
because we're staying at Spring Hill Suites courtyard, which is right on the ocean.
yes, from here, I noticed there were a lot of people walking, which I'm glad we didn't walk because I wouldn't have wanted to have walked back
Yes,
from that
I
finish line.
totally agree with you, Lori.
But in the morning, it took us a while to get parked and get in
Because we
here.
left here around 5:30 in the morning to
y-
for the 6:30 start.
Yes, and I have one key. If you drive in the morning, we were doing the whole funneling in. There was a lot of traffic, and we were doing the playing nice with people as opposed to the obnoxious Philly shit that sometimes I pull off, where I cut people off and go
She's like,
past
"Should I
people.
do it?" And I was like, "Don't do that. Like, don't
But
do that."
what we learned is that once we turned into the what was it, Broadway on the beach,
Yep, Broadway and the beach.
turn that left. If you had just gone down to the next light, you could also have turned in there.
So
So
we didn't have to wait in this big queue.
yes. So if you ever come here, don't wait in the queue for the line. Keep going down. There's another entrance into the area where you park at the start. So we left the hotel at probably 5:40. I think we were shooting for 5:30,
Yes, yeah,
5:40,
yeah, because
5:45.
we had a couple of bathroom stops.
That would have been way too late had we needed to use the Porta Johns.
Totally agree.
If you need a Porta John, you probably should leave your hotel by 5:15
Yes.
because I think you would beat the traffic and be able to get in line. But we skipped all of that. It's a short walk from the parking area to the Pelican Stadium. They have a little minor baseball league, which is where you start from. And I felt like that the whole, start line felt very well organized,
Yeah, they
except for security.
yes, is the security they were checking to make sure that only runners came through and like it was weak at best.
And they were trying to check, I think, people who had like hydration backpacks.
And all they were doing was like feeling on the
There
outside
was
of it. It
one
was like,
guy.
yeah, and it was like, dude, that's like weak. Like, why are you even bothering doing that? Like,
There's
you
one
know.
guy with thousands of people trying to get through, and nobody was paying attention to him.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I think they had moved the gates, the movable gates at some point in time to like kind of close off like the full entrance
Yeah,
to like try to get a semblance of control
it was
there.
not
We
working.
we made it through without incident, but they had two corrals. They had an A corral and a B corral. That was it.
And it was the half marathon and the full marathon. I believe there was a
I
5K.
didn't see any other bibs, so I don't.
Not today, but
Not today.
I feel like there may have been some other distances, but I did not do my homework prior to us recording this.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know when the other distance is, but I did see like some gal had like two medals around her neck
Yeah.
at some point. So at some point in time there was like another race. It could have been yesterday too, but we'll go and investigate that. And I wanted to because I know you were talking about people walking from our hotel there.
Yeah.
I just looked up the distance, so I'm glad we didn't do it. It's actually 1.5 miles.
Oh,
So it wouldn't have been bad in the morning,
going.
but coming back would have sucked.
Yeah.
So I would not have enjoyed that.
I have a lovely blood blister on my big toe, which I don't normally get.
That's like freaking gigantic.
And that would have really sucked having to walk back.
Yes.
My
Yeah.
little friend.
Yeah, totally agree. But the parking was ample
Yes, plenty.
in the boardwalk on the beach area, so not a problem whatsoever.
Not a problem.
Now the sound system, like if the race directors are like listening to this, like that was weak.
For Corral B, we didn't hear
We didn't
shit.
hear anything, and
I could hear people talking.
it was like wah 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 wah, and I think they
Exactly.
had like two speakers going,
It was not
and we
enough.
did not hear the national anthem.
Which I do like that's not okay. I
Yeah.
call me crazy. I'm not like an insane person. However, during major events, sporting events, it's the national anthem is part of it. And I always watch you salute.
Yeah.
And it feels incomplete if you're not saluting before we start a race. It just is weird to me. So I was like, why
Yeah.
we're like, maybe there was one who would have known we couldn't hear anything in Corral B.
I don't know.
You need more speakers.
I don't know. But there was definitely space in the corrals. I know that was something that we dealt with in Austin where we were like just crammed. Again, more people. But I did look up Last year for the Myrtle Beach half marathon and marathon, there were a little over like 5,000 people total, with like maybe 1,100 people who actually ran the marathon. Again, this was last year. So it kind of felt comparable to that
Yes.
amount of people, but it didn't feel like, a log jam at all.
No, it
Yeah,
flowed very well. And the way that they kind of had the A and the B corral, they were adjacent to each other. It flowed nicely at
it
the
did.
start.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. Yeah, there wasn't a problem whatsoever.
And I would say the first half of the race, this race, what would you say about the course overall?
It's kind of boring. I mean, like there's some cool spots on it, but it definitely does not have a lot of spectators on the course at all.
I agree with
So
that.
so if you are looking for a course and you thrive on spectator, energy, this is not your course.
And I would say also, like, if you're looking for a coastal marathon with water views, you it's not this one either.
No,
I
I
mean,
totally
you
agree.
get peaks. I mean, obviously, I know that we were a little obscured because we had the fog this morning, which could happen at any race in the future with Myrtle Beach. But even if you caught the peaks of the water at the time, um, it's still not like even when we were running like along the beach, which I would say when we got like
It was
between
after
Myrtle Beach and
13.
North Myrtle
Yeah, it
Beach,
was after 13.
it was
After
after,
after
yeah,
13 and it was where that guy sits with the guitar playing on the
yes,
corner that was there 2 years ago when we were there too, which was kind of cool.
yeah, and you
Um,
make that left.
yes, you make a left and there's definitely some ocean view there, but that was about it.
But there's not like it's mostly dune view, I would say, than
Yes.
ocean view. You got to see him and there's the ocean, and then you turn and it's mostly
It's
dune.
mostly dunes,
Yeah.
which I guess, they have the area very, very well protected.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not a race where you're like, oh, I'm just going to get a ton of views of the ocean.
No, you
No,
don't.
no, no.
I would say I do feel like with the way that they've designed the course, it's hard because on sunny days, which we are in the South, so there are more sunny days. Um, I, I, like there is, they designed it to create shade as best they could.
Yes, that it definitely is a challenge, especially on a day today where it was 77 degrees and when we finished the race. And because it was maybe like in the high 60s when we started, mid
Yeah,
60s.
I mean, I started in my tank top. I
Yeah.
didn't even have
Yeah, I
an
wore
outer layer.
I bought a shirt yesterday and I ended up just tying it around my waist before we even started.
Yeah,
So it was
it was a warm start
yeah,
even.
I didn't mind, wearing that, just I had it if I needed it. But yeah, I think that because it's so warm, it definitely is a challenge not having a lot of shade on the course. But I agree with you that they create it where it's necessary. But you and I were weaving in and out on the course, not like off of the course, but like we were weaving on the course. Like we were basically like moths to the flame
Yeah,
when it came to shade. We saw shade, we ran it because it's like 20 degrees cooler in the shade.
it's running the smart race.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to just stay the course because it feels like it's the right way to be. They put you on the road, they have it coned off, so you should be on the road. But sometimes the sidewalk is actually a little shadier. And as much as that was concrete,
Yeah, it was concrete sidewalks because like when you were like, "Oh, we need to do the sidewalk." I'm like, "Dude, are you okay with the concrete?" And you're like, "I'd rather take concrete than freaking run in the sun." So I was like, "Yep."
how at the end of the day do you feel that decision was?
Oh, I think it was a totally smart
For
decision.
this one. Not always, though.
Not always.
Not always, because it depends on how your body feels. So if your body feels wrecked going into it, the concrete may be harder on your body and you may need to just take the sun. But for us today, I ffelt like the shade
Yeah, I
was
mean,
the key.
like I was a slow mo today because again,
Yeah,
talking about
let's talk about that.
my Be Balanced diet, I'm just not eating carbs right now. So that's super important. I did go and take in as a little deviation today, I did go and do like my nutrition blocks that I normally do, the like the honey, what are they, the
Honey
honey stingers.
stingers. Yeah.
So I did do those. But and I did do Gatorade, when we hit the stop. So there was a lot of Gatorade and water. But last week, I think I mentioned during our last podcast, yeah, with Bob, that I
Yeah.
had thrown out my back like badly. So I literally, folks, could not walk like right on Monday. And I just ran a freaking marathon on Saturday. Now, I don't recommend this for everyone, but I have this guy. His name is Justin Haslam. He works at Marino's Body Shop in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and he is the freaking bomb. I went into him on Monday afternoon. I actually, I think I mentioned in our last podcast where like I had a work meeting and I told my boss, I'm like, dude, I got to tap out. I have to get my back fixed.
Yeah.
And he worked on me, and I could walk out of the shop that day. But I wasn't 100%. I think even yesterday you were like, how's the back? And I'm like, I'm about 75, 80%.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I feel fine today. I mean, I know I'm gonna have a little discomfort probably when I'm sleeping, but right now, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we normalize marathons.
Yeah.
We do. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but there was like when we did one of the out and backs, I would say it was after mile 19, I think it was before mile 20. Like I looked over and I saw a woman running and she was crying. And there was two, it was her and
Oh,
somebody else.
I didn't see
I
that.
saw her crying and I thought to myself, I'm like, we take this for granted because we've done this now 71 times.
Yeah. 71
Like
times.
it's not a joke. Like marathoning is hard.
Yeah.
We train for it. Sometimes we've taken it for granted
Yeah,
a
we
little
do.
bit
We do.
because we've done so many. So sometimes like what we say, I don't want us to ever be portrayed as that we take it lightly.
No, not at all. And in fact, today for me was really fucking hard.
It was,
It was really hard
yeah,
today. And I kept saying to you, I was like, because we did do a lot of intervaling because of me, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
no,
And I-
as
and
you
and,
shouldn't.
and I know you don't
No,
expect that at all.
never.
But I just kept saying to you, I couldn't walk on Monday.
Yeah. Well, and I said to you, I'm like, let's just roll this back a little bit. So part of why I said sometimes we take it for granted is that literally between Jekyll Island and Austin Marathon, how many long runs did we do?
0,
Between Austin Marathon and this, how many long runs did we do?
0.
Right. So never a great combination. This is not something I recommend because our bodies are kind of used to it, but it's not the way you need to respect the distance. So I
And
said
we're
to
also
you,
not, and we're also not running like 3, 4 hour marathons.
no,
We're out
and
like slogging that thing
and
like
we're
6 plus hours. No,
yeah,
no,
we're
we're
just
not.
trying to beat the cutoff time.
Yes. Yeah. Get
Yeah,
a medal.
back of the pack
Get a medal.
mentality.
Yes.
But I said to you, I'm like, let's just take this in perspective as to what's going on with you right now,
Yeah.
right? You're calorie deficient, which we do that from time to time
Yep.
because we both try and keep ourselves within check.
Yeah.
I'm like, we haven't done any long runs while you're calorie deficient. You threw your back out.
Yeah. Threw my back out.
I'm like,
Yep.
it's just
And
kind
we had a
of
week
like,
of recovery post the other marathons. We had a week of recovery. I threw my back out.
yes,
Like, and yeah. So it's
like,
just,
whatever it is today, it is.
yeah. But we ebb and flow with each other, right? In
Yes.
that regard. And I feel blessed. Like today was hard.
Today
But I
was,
just feel blessed that like
but you did
my
it.
body and my mind, and I also have a fantastic friend that like they just I don't know. When I need one to go and step up, it does.
Yes.
So
Back to the course.
yes,
Because I love you, man.
I know, I love you, man.
But so the course, I would say the first half, lots of porta johns, lots of water stops. God, it felt more sparse in the second half.
Yeah, I think we established that once we hit, especially mile 16, we didn't see another one until like mile 18.
And it was hot.
And it was hot.
I don't think we would have normally have needed one.
And I questioned because we got an email, like everybody got an email who was participating in the race that basically, and I don't know if this came from the race director, the staff, running the race, but they were looking for volunteers, to be at the water stations and stuff. So I don't know if they fell short on volunteers this go around, and that's why we didn't see as many water stops. But some of the other races that, and just because we've run so many races here over the past couple of months, I'm like, that was weak today. Like that was weak in terms, and you and I carry water bottles.
We do.
So I really like at some point in time, we saw some girl who was not carrying her own water bottle. They ran out of cups and she freaking like waterfalled like a pitcher of water, and we didn't realize she waterfalled it. And you were like, you need to put that pitcher back. And
It was like, good
it
God.
was like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, like that was not okay.
Yeah, no, it was not okay. So, there were spots where like it was very, very inadequate, but I don't know. I don't know if, they
They
wanted to
just
get more stops because they knew it was going to be warmer and they just couldn't field enough people, or just what happened, you
But
know.
they did have two stops where they had hoses,
Yes.
where if you were hot, they would hose you
And they
down, which was
asked
nice.
you, the volunteers asked you,
Very
do you want
important.
do you want to get hosed down? Because you got hosed down in Madoc.
I did, and I was like, fuck.
And as a runner, that's your choice, right? Because like you get your clothes wet, you get like as a woman, you can get your bra wet, and next thing
I
you
get
know, it's like you
chafed.
get chafed.
Yeah.
So I really apprecited the fact that the two people that had the hoses were asking, like, do you want to spray? We're like, we're good.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I like the course. There's an area where we start again like a couple blocks away from Myrtle Beach, about a mile and a half
Hmm.
off of Myrtle Beach. We basically run south and then kind of like hook around and then come back up like the main strip, with the marathoners. And then the marathoners peel off to go back to the boardwalk place. We keep going north.
Yes.
And I love that run north. And it's kind of like a block of homes. And these
It's
these
after the
homes,
halfway point.
yeah, it's these homes are absolutely spectacular. Like we could probably fit like your family, my family, and then some in
Insane.
these homes. Like they're just
Right on the
gigantic and
beach.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I always appreciate running through that area because it is very pretty. We
Yes.
do a lot of like oogling and ogling over and critiquing houses.
Yes. We also decided that we were going to count how
What
many of the big, huge beach,
resort wear, like beach
like
beach
the beaches,
beach stores,
what are some of the other Eagles?
Eagles.
They have
Yeah.
all sorts of names. We counted like 28
Yes.
of these
And I don't think we got
26
all of
point.
them.
No, I think we
I think we
stopped
missed
counting for
some,
a
like,
bit.
just when we were like kind of distracted and stuff. But yeah,
Over 26.2 miles. As a matter of fact, I think,
28,
yes, I think within the first 5 miles of the race, we had counted,
16, 18.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, who is buying all this shit?
I don't know. And these buildings are like gigantic, like just
Huge
filled with just like
shit.
beach shit stuff, and yeah.
Owls.
So we noticed it last night when we planted our Mile 20 beverages. And so it was pretty funny because I was like, we need to count tomorrow, like how many of these stores like are out there. So about 28 on the course,
Yes,
approximately,
quite a lot.
give or take. Yes.
Yes. So we ran up north. We kind of come around, and then there is a stretch where you are on a highway, but
Yes.
not as bad as I remembered, and
Yeah.
not as bad as some of the races that we've done.
I agree. They didn't over traffic cone it either.
No, which was nice.
Yeah.
And it was a little foggy.
It was a
So
little
you
foggy.
couldn't
You did
see
you
that
did
far.
mention that. You're like, I'm appreciating that the fog is still like kind of here, because I can't go and see all the way down the road to where we're running.
Yeah,
it,
for sure. Because that's terrible
it was terrible. Yeah,
when you see the
it
cones
is
for
when you see the
miles.
cones.
And then they also threw you for a little bit. When was that? Mile 18? When do we go on the trail? There's like a weird trail that we hit.
It was actually, because the guy said you have like so you have 6 miles left.
Yeah.
So no, it was after our beverage. So it had to
Well,
be,
yeah. What
it
the hell
had
am
to
I
be
talking
mile
about?
20. No, it was at
It's
mile 21.
21.
It was
Yeah.
at mile 21 because he said you have 5 miles left.
And then
There
we
was a
hit
DJ there.
yeah, and we hit mile 22 while we were still on the trail, right?
Yes, and it's a nice trail. It runs kind of parallel with the main road, but it has some wonderful pine trees and deciduous trees, and it's very well shaded.
Yes, very well shaded. Although there was one small instance where like something fell off of a truck
Oh
up
yeah,
on the road, and I was pretty sure that
like it
it's
was going
gonna.
to come ricocheting like down by us.
I was like, what the hell is that?
Now we did talk to a couple that was walking on the trail, and this guy, the guy, we found out that they're married, and the guy for like the longest time had a palm frond, and it was brown,
They were married?
and I think they were married.
He looked really young.
I don't know.
compared to her. I thought it was mother
I don't,
son.
oh no. Oh no. No, I think well anyway, there was a couple. I'm assuming they were married. And so he was carrying a palm frond for like almost like the entire race.
Over half the race for sure.
He definitely picked that up like around mile 13. And when we're in the back of the pack, we like surge back and forth with like different people throughout the race. So finally when we're passing them, we're talking to them and stuff, on this trail. And I happened to ask, I was like, all right, so inquiring minds want to know because we've been like, just kind of like making up like shit of like what you're going to do with like this palm fronds. Like, what is it? And he actually, it was like, I'm carrying it because it's almost Palm Sunday. And like, it was like kind of paying homage to it. And
Excellent reason.
I'm like, well, that was much better reason than like all the things that we were making up. So I was really, really glad
Yeah.
that, and he finished with it too, which
Yeah,
I
he
thought he
did.
finished with it in his hand. I just thought that that was a really, really nice representation. Who else did we meet on the course?
Oh my God. I am so excited. I would love to interview her. Marie Bartoletti.
Yes.
Amazing. So we're running, and she was pacing the 5 hours. So obviously we were way up too high. She was pacing the
The beginning of the race. So
she was pacing the 5 hour marathoners. And somehow she's running with Joshua, who I think that they met last year,
last
2 years ago.
he said they met last year when when she was the pacer and he ran with her last year.
Yeah. And he's like,
Joshua's from South Carolina.
yeah, you need to talk to Marie. And I'm like, really? Marie had done
709, maybe
today
707, 709. Like today was
marathon.
yes, yes.
Yes, and she had a stroke in 2019.
Yes, 2019 because we did some reading up on her later on. So while we were running, because she had a stroke a number of years ago, like her speech wasn't fully recovered.
Yes.
But she took the time. She gave her flag, right? The 5 hour flag to the other pacer. And she was like running slower behind the whole group and then showing pictures because Joshua mentioned that she was on the box cover of Wheaties.
Yes.
And so we found it after the race. So she was actually on a bicycle. This was in the early 2000s. And I did read that Mary Lou Retton, because it was like in a series of
yes,
like
I remember that.
these aren't like professional athletes, but people who have like extraordinary stories. And I guess she won like a competition. And so Mary Lou Retton was the one that went and had announced that she was going to be like, because, Mary Lou Retton used to be on the Wheaties box. So, but Marie showed us a picture of her on the Wheaties box.
Yes. Incredible woman. And I feel like she has an incredible story. And she has written a book called Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Yeah. So we're kind of hoping, fingers crossed, maybe we can get her on the Mile 20
But we're going
podcast.
to talk to her potentially tonight because as we were running with them and we were also telling our story and so forth, Joshua came back to us because again, like Marie caught up to the 5 hour people and we were like, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, we're like, we're not 5 hour marathon people.
Yes. But Joshua came back and had said that he is playing at an Irish bar tonight. And
he's a dueling pianist.
Dueling pianist. And Marie said you should invite them to the event tonight. So that's what we're doing tonight. So
looking forward to that.
And this is the cool stuff about us marathoning. Now we did meet another fabulous gal. Her name was Jane, and Jane is from Traverse City, Michigan. And Jane, this was her first marathon, but she shared with us that she was supposed to run a marathon called the Silent Bear Marathon in Michigan, but had gotten hit by a car on her bike.
Insane.
And it crushed her foot and stuff. And here she is, like months later, out here going and getting it done today. And I am sure that she went and finished because
way ahead of us.
Like she just kind of went ahead of us. But
very inspiring.
And the cool thing about Jane was like she's like, I'm telling everybody my story,
Yes.
So I was like, damn straight, girl. Like you should be freaking proud of like you getting out on the course right now and the accomplishment, the sense of accomplishment of, you know, persevering. So I don't know. We met Jane and Marie both like within, I don't know, a couple miles of each other. And we were like, this was like a cool day. And then we met some other guy and we didn't catch his name. I think we probably, I don't know, I don't remember what mile it was because it
We
was
were going back and forth with him for a while.
yeah, it was before we hit mile 20, but you know, we were like, "How you doing?" And he's like, "Well, if I don't finish this," he's like, "My wife's gonna kill me."
And we're like, that is motivation
You know,
alone.
because like, you know,
Yeah.
I guess from all the training and stuff, but I think that races like today where it's heat and not a lot of shade and you know, if you're not taking in the fluids or even just your body just saying F you, like, you know, like we shouldn't be doing this right now. It can get anybody. I mean, because I saw a lot of people at the end of the race that were in really good shape.
Yeah.
You know, like these are not folks that like, you know, just anyway, there were people that were in really good shape where the race like chewed them up and spit them out today.
And I think that mindset, like your internal monologue, becomes so important, especially anything above like 17 miles, because it's very easy to focus on all the things that are wrong in the moment, but trying to figure out how to focus on the things that are right, it's hard. It's hard to flip that switch.
Yeah,
I think we have the ability to do that because we have experience. But if it's your first time out, it's hard to flip the switch. Sometimes you
yeah.
just hamper, it's hot. This is hard.
And we
I
never,
feel like
right.
shit.
Yeah. And
You know,
you and I never acknowledged, we never said anything to each other out loud about how hot it was
no,
until we got into the car after we were done with the race or like when we were done with the race. I think it was when we were walking to the car. And I was like, dude, it was really freaking
I'm
hot
like,
today.
it's
And you're
really
like, oh,
hot.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. And I'm like, but
Every time we got a headwind, I was like, okay, there's a breeze. Let's
like
focus on
at
that.
some
That
point in
feels
time
good.
too, like I don't know, we were at like mile 14, 15, and that was a slog because we were on the roads. And all I kept saying to myself, this is so much better than Jekyll Island when it rained on us, you
That's
know?
true.
And
Or Marathon du Medoc, where it was
there was 93
93. That
degrees.
was insane.
Like that wasn't the feel, that was the actual temperature
Yes.
to add 20 degrees onto that. So anyway, so these are the things that you're just like, okay, I just got to keep it in perspective. This one was better than the other one.
It's so true. So true.
Now the finish is kind of cool. So and like I would say a majority of the race is flat. There are a couple of like I'm not going to call them hills. There are inclines, but like when you're having a
She
shitty
was,
day,
wait, she was calling them hills
I
a
was
few
I was
hours
like
ago, just so you know.
I was.
She's like, oh my God, this hill. I'm like, this is not a hill.
I was because I was struggle on the struggle bus today and they felt like hills
And
today.
that's okay.
But I ran up a lot of them
Yes,
as
you
well.
did.
So I'm like, but anyway, but they have you come into like a shoot area for the finish and it's over by the Pelican baseball stadium.
Yeah, so you have to kind of, well, there's a few things you have to mentally prepare for with this route if you're interested in doing Myrtle Beach, which we did this back in 2023. This was
So it's
not our
very fresh.
yeah, so this review is probably a little bit for both. But we knew going into this that there was a little fucking spot at the end of this race that we did not like the first go
Top
round.
golf.
It's fucking Top Golf. I'm like, I hate Top Golf. They
We don't
did,
hate Top Golf, but we hate
no,
the Top Golf like out and back area.
yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Top Golf made me mad, but although I was happy to see Top Golf today because I knew we were close to the finish.
Absolutely.
But so
Perspective.
it's a very complicated emotion. But they kind of changed the way we did it from 2023, which I didn't mind, but I also knew it was there, so I was mentally prepared for it. Mile 24,
It's after mile 24.
you run kind of, you make a left near Top Golf, and there's this little out and back that at mile 24 you are not in the mood for.
You're not in the mood for an out and back. And
No.
so
You can see the finish. You know
yeah.
where Pelican Stadium is? It's right there.
So it's after mile 24. So in that out and back, you hit 25, like going towards the stadium. And yeah, it just like this year, and I said to you, I was like, yeah, that out and back didn't get me, but the last time we did the race, it was like we were not happy. We were
No,
blah, 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 blah.
I'm pretty sure I was shooting the bird at Top Golf a lot because I'm
You
like,
did
I
today.
believe this
You
on.
did today too.
Well, I was still scarred from last time in
Yes, it was
2023.
very, very like just a psychological, like just yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, but it felt better because we knew it was there. There's not a lot of shade on that part of the
correct.
courts, which makes it even tougher. But then we come in and you do have to bypass Pelican Stadium because you're going to see it. You know the finish is
So
near
over to your
Pelican Stadium.
right,
Yeah, it's
you
right there.
go by it just to come back into it.
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
have to go by it. The finish, typical finish. We did have to walk quite a ways after we finished to get our medal.
Yes.
I would have liked to have had it a little bit closer because we like to have the backdrop, but I can see when the bubble is finishing
Yeah. There's a lot of people that
that there's a lot
finish
of
earlier.
people finish and
Yeah.
you don't want people to stop and get that picture at the finish line.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
liked that, but I get it. We had quite a walk to get the medal. And then
Yeah.
you
And
want to
then
talk about that?
yeah, and then our bibs actually had little tags on them for two drinks and some food, which we were like, okay, we'll see like what this food is about. Now, I do remember back when we ran Myrtle Beach the last time, I there were not food options for me, but I thought I remembered eating some stuff. Anyway, today, want
It
want.
was a banana
So
and
they
they were
had
kind of green.
so the bananas looked kind of gross and they were sitting out in the sun. So I'm like, yeah,
Nobody wants those,
we both took a cold water and then we walked
which
to
was nice. They did have those
yeah.
on ice.
Yes, that was very, very, very nice. But then we walked over to the food area and they were offered you a cookie and some cold pizza. And as somebody who has celiac, could not go and partake in either of those. So race director, for Myrtle Beach, like y'all need to like check yourself because there are a lot of people who have food allergies, and you need to go and like just be considerate of folks that I'm paying for food as well. So there was zero accommodation. There wasn't even like bags of chips.
No,
Like,
and I'm like, I appreciate the pizza, but I actually really just wanted something kind of salty.
yeah,
And bags of chips are not that expensive to have a bunch of gluten-free, whatever kind
yeah,
of chips.
yeah.
That's not hard to produce
Yeah, so I would give the Myrtle Beach Marathon this go around an F. If I can give them an F minus minus minus, I
for
would
the post race.
for the post race. I
Yeah.
would totally go and give them that. And then the last time we did Myrtle Beach, we actually went onto like the baseball field. So I
Did
remember, yes, we did.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
so I have pictures of it. And so this go around, they had everything kind of cordoned off. So I don't feel like there was as much of like a party scene that was in the stadium, and who knows what was going on there, but yeah.
Also, the last time we did it in 2023, we got finishers tank tops, which was kind of nice because I'm like, yeah, I have mine. I know you don't have
Yeah,
yours
mine didn't fit
anymore.
me really well, so and I didn't feel like it was worth going and getting altered. But now they gave these like kind of blanket beach towel things.
Which we're holding up.
So for those on YouTube, it's kind of like it's a single person one.
Yeah, beach blanket.
I don't know if I'm going to use it. It'll probably be a towel for my dog.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was something different to go and give us. But I do like the actual like participant shirts that they gave us. They're long sleeve, and I don't know, they're like a stretchy kind of cotton performance.
Yes. See,
I like that.
I prefer the material that is performance but feels like cotton.
Yeah,
You don't get that often because most people just go for the performance tech feel, but this is a nice shirt.
yeah.
My only beef with the shirt is that it does say marathon and half marathon,
Yes, there's
which
no delineation between the two.
I like to have my marathon shirt. I call me a snob. That's okay.
But it's nice. It's got the sponsors on the back, and it says Myrtle Beach on it, and
It's
it's navy blue, and I don't know, it fits really nice. I put mine on right before this, and I was like, oh, I'm actually gonna wear this one.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Now the metal
The
is
metal
really cool.
It's really cool. It is like got a teal band this year with pelicans on it, which is very cool. And it's a shell, a silver shell, and it does open up, which feels very thin. And I was thinking that this was a lot like the oyster shell that we got at Ocean City, Maryland.
Yes.
But then Ocean City, Maryland, when you opened it up, actually had like Scuttle and some fries. And I said
Yeah,
Scuttle from
it
Little Mermaid.
yeah, it was more like a like
It
advertising
was
kind of
tacky.
thing.
It
But
was
this one
very tacky.
but this metal actually on the outside of the shell actually says the marathon. And then
It opens up
yeah.
and it's really pretty because it's actually got like an imprinted view of like a cityscape with the Ferris wheel that's out there and some hotels and a little pelican. But instead of trying to be a photograph, it's etched and it's
Yeah,
very
it's
pretty.
etched with enamel. So for those on YouTube, if you want to see it on YouTube, so if you want to do a race, cool metal, cool shirts, this would be the course as well. So yeah, I like it. All right, so the question
Oh God.
is, would you do this one again, or would you recommend it?
Um, so I'm going to admit, as educated about the other courses that are within South Carolina, I do know that I feel like it's Kiowa and there's a Dafalski Island Marathons. I didn't check Kiowa. I know Dafalski has like a double loop, which
Which we
just
don't do double
I
loops.
don't
We
like
try to
double
avoid
loops.
them. Yeah.
I don't know if Columbia has a race, so I haven't done enough research to know what else South Carolina has to offer. I would say for if you were looking for coastal but don't really need the views, but kind of want to be able to see the beach and have a vacation destination thing and you know, commercialized beachy things is your jam, then I would recommend it for you.
I totally agree. Yeah.
I mean,
I
we did run it twice.
we ran it we ran it twice because it's very convenient. It's like, I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, I came in Friday and I'm leaving like early tomorrow morning because I have a personal thing that I got to go and do. But so it's easy like an in and out, kind of weekend. So
personal thing she's got to do, she says.
I'm going
Like,
on vacation.
yeah, like this isn't going to be part of your Epic Week update next week. So why don't you just tell us what you're doing, your
Yeah,
personal thing?
where my husband and I are going with my daughter Maddie and her husband Matthew. We're going to St. Kitts Nevis
Oh, that sounds
for
so terrible.
we've never been to St. Kitts, and my husband like wanted to go and do some kind of Caribbean, or like a beachy vacation. We're celebrating the two of them turning 30.
Happy birthday.
Yes. So this is where we ended up landing. So none of us have been to St. Kitts. And actually, you and I were looking at the map and where it is a little further south than St. Martin. So Jim and I have been to St. Martin, but never been to St. Kitts. So that'd be nice.
Yeah,
we're just staying at a Marriott, nothing fancy schmancy, but I'm looking forward to a little bit of downtime from work.
good for you.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so even though I'm going to be in St. Kitts, we're still going to record our episode and we are going to talk about the Fargo Marathon next week.
North Dakota,
We loved Fargo. Fargo was one of those places that was really
a
a
surprise.
surprise, and we'll save it. We'll save it for that.
I don't want to save it.
Oh man, Fargo.
God, I love Fargo.
Just we had a lot of fun in Fargo.
You betcha.
You betcha. Oh man, when we got our first you betcha like at a water stop, we were
Yes.
like,
Yes.
yes,
I'm like, thank
yes,
you. You betcha.
yes.
Like,
So tune in next week. But also tune into our socials. We're on Instagram and Facebook. So please like us. And then we're also on YouTube. We record actually videos of us doing our podcast every week, and you can actually see us in person. So thanks again for tuning in, and you betcha you better have a really, really good week and go make mile 20 your bitch.
peace out.